Welcome to my video tutorial. In this tutorial I want to show you my workflow in creating this pillar for our world building project for school. As you can see, it is textured, normal map and specular mapped already. However, I want to show you how I accomplish this. First, I want to show you my low poly mesh. As you can see, it has very little polys. This is since we wanted to create a low poly level for a school project. I won't show you how I modeled the pillar since I expect you to already know this. I do want to show you, however, how I created my UVs. For this, I used a different program called Headus UVLayout Tool. For this, you need to export the model as a low poly OBJ. So I will do this once again. It's already here. And I will open UV Headus Layout Tool. For this, you first need to find your low poly pillar in your folders from your computer, so you can drag it on the program and it will open itself. When you do this, you will get the load options. These options will give you the opportunity to edit the OBJ you opened or create new UVs for it. It took me a while to find out that this is an option since I lost my UV several times after saving it. I thought, though, but I haven't lost them since the default option is new instead of edit. So I'll use new for now to show you some handy tools in Headus. As you can see, here we have our pillar. Don't know why it opened it in that way. It always does weird stuff when you open your file. But to navigate in this program, you use the same navigation options as in Maya. It will respond a little different than it does in Maya. However, you just play around with it and you'll find your way. I already UV'd the entire model, therefore I won't be checking it to think of a nice way to slice it or whatever. I'll just go ahead and do what I did before. I'll show you how I flatten this top object. First I cut it loose. I'll use the C button. This you can do. As you can see, it will lighten the edge. And I did it by holding my mouse above the edge. You don't click it or whatever. You just hold your mouse above it and hit the C button. It will give the entire edge loop. If you don't want the entire edge loop, just hold your mouse above the edge next to the red edge and it will delete the edge loop. I will do this again and then show you something else. You can also decide that you want the edge loop partially, and then you decide like I want it halfway, like until here, and hit C again. You will get another red edge, as you can see, even though it was yellow already. Now you can delete the yellow edges on one side and leave the other. Now I want all the edges, so I'll hit C again to get the edge loop, and I will hit enter to cut the object separate from the rest of the pillar. Now I use spacebar. I hold spacebar and hit middle mouse button to drag the object separate from the rest of the pillar. Now I can start making the other seams for the object to be able to flatten the top of the pillar. As you can see, I already got the edge loops from the other side, but as you can see, it also took the top, and I don't want that, so I'll give some more red edges. Hit W to delete the other ones. Go to the other side, hold my mouse above my seams, hold shift, hit S, and it will slice the edges till where you showed him to slice them. Oh, it deleted these. Shift S, slice. Hit D to drop it to UV space. To show UV space mode, go to display tab and hit UV, and you get your object again, only then in front view. And to flatten it, you just hold F, hold Shift, press F, and it will automatically flatten your object. And you hit spacebar to stop flattening it. And you move it a little bit into UV space again by holding spacebar. And the middle mouse button, you can rotate it by holding spacebar and using the left mouse button. And you can scale it by holding spacebar and use the right mouse button. When you've done the entire pillar or any other object you created, you save the object again. Although I don't want to save it over my UV object, and you'll dismiss it again. And you're done. Now you just need to go to Maya and replace your old pillar for the new OBJ with UVs, and it will automatically load the UVs into Maya, as you can see already in here. I packed it and cut it all up. This was my UV tutorial.